Hey everyone, I'm back. I know it's been a while. I've been kind of laying low for 2 months or more at least. I know I haven't done a video in a long time, so I apologize. I kind of stepped away from the Facebook scene. I actually deactivated my account, so if some of you have been connected with me on Facebook, I'm no longer using it. I just seen a lot of negativity, and I just needed to step away, kind of work on myself. So, wow, lots going on. I want to say a couple things I want to touch on. I don't have any set, schedule here or things written down. I'm speaking candidly to everyone, whoever sees this. We're in the Ascension Grand Finale. I like to call it the Grand Finale. I'll share with some information that I've got, and then we can go from there. So, the Ascension, this whole process has been event-driven. Certain events had to happen in order for others to happen. When this so-called coronavirus came out, and then I've watched other sources, I've viewed other opinions, and in my opinion, yes, I believe it was completely created in a lab and released on purpose. There are some very dark, and I've mentioned this before, many dark people on this planet who are at the end of their rope, per se. There has been a lot going on behind the scenes that most people don't read about on the news. The mainstream news has just been focused on the coronavirus and the fear and the panic, and so everybody watches that and they get in this panic mode and fear mode, or some people just say, oh, whatever, it's no big deal. I've heard all kinds of scenarios or excuses. We are in this grand finale of Ascension. This is it. This event, coronavirus event, will and is triggering other events to take place. One of them that's occurring now is, and I will say this, I follow Q. I followed Q for a while, QAnon, who is, I won't go into too much detail, but there's been a lot of information QAnon has posted that is coming true now. And I will say that these events that are happening, one of them being there's actually a huge operation happening with our militaries around the world. There's been a rescue mission with many children. I've heard many children that have been used as who have been abducted and who were being held in underground bases by these dark elite, I'll just leave it at that, cabal, Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. And people may ask, well, who are they? Who are the cabal? Who are they? And I'll just briefly describe their group. They're either everyone from politicians to government to celebrities to religious groups tied to, the Vatican, to the British monarchy, to the Rothschild family. Everything falls back to that money. So right now we're seeing I felt it yesterday. I felt this huge irritability. I felt a very dread and sadness, and I could feel it was coming from these children in the military being rescued. I actually was doing a meditation last night, and I was showing several things, several very disturbing things, very clearly in my third eye, of these rescue things that are happening. So these underground bases are being taken care of. They're being removed. They're being what's the word I want to look for? They're being destroyed. And the next process will be arrests. There will be a mass arrests worldwide. Like I said, it's not just a U.S. military thing, but it's many different countries coming together to take these dark out of power and out of commission. So we are seeing this happen, these events. This is the grand finale. This is the grand ascension. I'll give you my own opinion, and you don't have to agree with it. You can form your own opinion, your own discernment, use your own. I always encourage that. But this is just where I come from and where I've talked with many others. But what I'm getting from my galactic family and star family is there's like 5 phases, somewhere around there, of this event. We're kind of entering phase 2, which is this operation that's happening. The later phases, the latter phases, as we get into, will be more otherworldly. They will be more big kind of events, galactic events, universal events. I do see a grand solar flash happening. A lot of people have talked about this. Once the truths get out, because they will be getting out to people, many people will be shocked at the number of celebrities that have been involved in this. I don't want to go into the detail on what they have done because you will find out, but I will just share that it's very disturbing, and they have proof of this, whether you believe it or not. It's your choice. I'm not asking to, I'm not going to debate that with anyone, but we need to come together. We need to step up together because this is a very challenging time for everyone. Everyone's been forced inside their homes, and everyone's been forced inside their homes. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had a little glitch here on the computer. So by people being forced back in their homes, this gives an opportunity to people really see, step out, remove all the outside distractions, remove all the outside distractions of the world, bring yourself back in here, your heart, kind of see what's more important. I think a lot of people are realizing that this system isn't really, it's a big illusion, this whole system, whether it's the financial system, any kind of this money system, the money system, the work system, it's benefiting just those few who have become rich from it. And this is wakening many people up right now. We need to realize that this isn't the truth. This isn't the way the reality has really been run on this world. Those truths will come out, and when they do, it will spark a mass awakening, which will create this solar flash event to happen. Like I said, it's event driven. Everything is event driven in this process. We have a choice right now. You have a choice to either stay in fear and not ascend, or move in your heart space and ascend and move into a higher frequency, a higher dimension. It's your choice. I've listened to other light workers, other starseeds or whatever, and I've heard people where they're just like, oh, I can't deal with this, I'm done, whatever, I want out. This is what you came for. This is what you're here for. This is the event you're here for. Ascension is not an easy process. It's a very difficult process because it forces people to see the truth in everything. It shines the light in all shadows, especially when you're dealing with duality in a physical world. You have both dark and light. It just doesn't, everything needs to be a shine the light on. So when people see these truths, and I know that there's been many I talked with, don't want to deal with it. Well, you know what? You're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to stand up, and you're going to have to come together, and you're going to have to pull your britches up and and support others. Send your support and love to these children who have been rescued. Send your support to the people that have gotten sick. Send your support to these soldiers that are doing these jobs. Support each other. Send out that love and an unconditional light. Because you don't face this, then you're going to only make it worse on yourself. So really, seriously, let's do this. Be strong, get out there, and start acting like it. I'm saying this for those who are choosing not to deal with this. They rather let fear, or they want to deal with any negative stuff. Well, that's not the way this world has worked. This world was created in a duality, and it was created, and unfortunately, it got sidetracked quite a bit by these nefarious, dark beings who took control over things, and they made it far worse than what you realize. And so now it's time to take this back and change this world. And I like a quote from someone I heard recently, I really love this, is you need to go through the renovation process. It looks ugly before you can get to the new whatever you're building, right? So that's the way it works. This planet has to be cleaned. It has to be cleaned up, this dark energy. It has to be moved forward. So you have a choice. You can either choose to stay in that fear and then not go through ascension, or you can move into that heart space and work together and come together and stand up to this and say, this is time for the light. This is time for a new world, a new planet, a new coming together, and stop fighting each other, stop being in separation mode, stop being in division mode, stop letting the panic and fear, because you let it, then you're going to stay in those, and you'll create those realities for yourself. So really, let's stick together and just get this and support, because when this truth comes out, many in the collective will not be able to handle it. I can tell you that. It's going to be very difficult. So they're going to need the support. They're going to need that extra attention. And showing compassion and love is the way to do it. And so knowing about this information beforehand helps give you an edge, so you can deal with it right now before the truth comes out. So that's really what I wanted to cover in this video. I don't really have too much else. I know I've talked in the past of doing my ET experiences. I still might do that. Yeah, I want to get, I know I promised that, and I want to kind of share that yet. But right now I think is important that we need to be strong. We need to support each other. We need to say, okay, you know what? Yes, it is ugly. It's an ugly truth. It's a very disturbing truth. But the sooner you face it, and the sooner you can say, okay, this is what happened. We need to deal with it now, because we allowed this to happen. We can't blame just one person. This has been going on for a while, and many knew about it and did nothing. And I'm not talking about maybe some of you, but there have been others who allowed it to happen. And this needs to be done. And it is being done. So I know people have talked about, Q has talked about this, about 3 days to 10 days of darkness, which means, which I've heard, is the internet and phone going down. That could happen anytime now, between now and April 10th, I guess. I believe that will happen. I believe when they start these arrests, they want everybody safe and inside. They don't want a bunch of people on the internet posting things and that. And it's really about your safety. Let them do their job, because I guarantee you're going to see the military in the bigger cities. You're going to see things happening that question what's going on. So let them do their job. Support them, send them your light, send them your love, because they have a very difficult job. that they're doing. And it's not, I've heard everything from, it's going to be locking up people like us in FEMA camps. Just stop with the fear. Stop listening to the BS. It's all a bunch of BS. This is the light removing the dark, okay? It's plain and simple. So stop listening to the mainstream news because they lie a lot about many things. They're the cause of this panic and fear. Be smart about it. Use your common sense. Contemplate things. So I'm sorry, I'm done lecturing now, but we all need to act together again, and I will leave it at that. I will maybe I'll do some more updates if I get any more channelings. I did, like I said, it's going to be a phase process, which is event driven. Again, we're in the Grand Finale Ascension. Right now this is it. This is literally it. So, please subscribe, like my video if you do, leave comments. I appreciate it very much. Again, sorry for my lapse and absence here. We all go through a process where we have to take a breather and step away from things. So anyway, thank you all, and we will stay strong and do this together. Love you all. Much love.